morning and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean and happy transfer day in the territory. On St. Croix, another would-be robber was thwarted and a senior citizen says enough is enough. News Channel 8 has the story with Wes Small.
The community continues to fight back against crime. Early this morning at about 4:55 a.m., that in the area of Morning Star, we had a 64-year-old woman who was asleep in her home. She was awakened by her barking dogs. When she got up, she found a young black man with all black clothes on and a mask and carrying an 8-inch butcher knife. He demanded money from the 64-year-old woman, and she went inside of a drawer and got $21 for the suspect. Again, this is still in its early stages. This is unofficial. Then apparently that money was not enough. And the would-be robber then punched the 64-year-old woman in the face. The woman fought for her life literally as she picked up a glass tissue holder. And she conked the would-be robber over the head with the tissue holder, as well as biting his index finger. The young man then fled the house and escaped, we believe, in a compact white vehicle. So we are now looking for a young black male suspect who was seen in the vicinity of Morning Star early this morning after accosting the 64-year-old woman. She fought back. And you might notice that his finger should be damaged. This is still early reports. A 64-year-old woman fighting back, fighting for her life early this morning as she was awakened by her barking dogs, and she did fight back. If you know anything about this case, you should call 77211 or you can call 911. Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Also in top stories tonight, the paraprofessionals and staff are upset about their due raises. News Channel 8's Wes Small investigates.
Well, we have a group of paraprofessionals and support staff here, and they are upset. It's transfer day today, and they had a silent march in Frederickstead, and they decided to come here in Barron Spot because News Channel 8 couldn't make it out there with time restraints, but they are here in group and numbers. They also have their children here. And I'm here with Karen Quinn, and she's going to be talking about the fact that they've been ignored. They do have an addition to their pay, but when they break it down, it's just not enough.
No, it's not. The teachers part of the AFT union, they have already negotiated, accepted, and received their pay raise and retro. They have not done the same for the paras and the support staff. What the government is offering us is equivalent to $924 a year. That's not an increase. That's not a raise. That's an insult. We are worth more than that. We do our work. We're out there every day doing what we're supposed to do, supporting, taking care of the school systems, doing payroll, requisitions. We do our work, and it's time for us to get our due pay also.
Now, the teachers have been offered, what, $5,000 here, I see, raises?
Some non-degreed members of the professional unit have received over $5,000 in a raise. We have members in our unit that have master's degrees. And how are you going to offer them less than $1,000 a year increase? That's really, really a slap in the face.
Okay, as we wrap this up, Ms. Quinn, what do you want the general public to know? That paraprofessionals and support staff do work hard.
We do work hard. We're essential to the everyday running of the Department of Education, and we are doing this in a peaceful manner because we do not want to jeopardize the education of our children.
Okay. Well, I guess you have it then, and you can see that strength is definitely in numbers, support staff and paraprofessionals, and these days it's very hard economic times, and these professionals, they feel that they are being overlooked. So we'll try to get some help for y'all, and we certainly wish you the best, okay? So keep your heads up. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And today is Transfer Day. Celebrations were held on St. Croix in Frederickstead. Let's take a look.
In the program, we have our sponsors, the Department of Tourism and the West Indian Company in particular. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for our 60th anniversary, which we celebrated last November. And I especially want to thank the Victor Borger Memorial Fund for being a sponsor of the Listen and Learn. In our magazine for our 60th anniversary, we have a recognition and in appreciation for Sana and Victor Borger Memorial Gift. The St. Croix Landmark Society is delighted to announce a $25,000 gift from the Sana and Victor Borger Memorial Fund, which will support the 2008 and 2009 Listen and Learn program cost to serve as the basis for our fundraising effort as we expand the program. Victor Borger, from 1909 to 2000, as the ambassador mentioned, this is his 100th birthday anniversary, and I would just like to say, without question, one of the best entertainers of the 20th century. Mr. Borger enjoyed visiting St. Croix and maintaining a home here for over 30 years. He performed many times for the benefit of St. Croix organizations and was an early and significant supporter of the St. Croix Country Day School. The gifts from the Borger family will continue his legacy of wonderful music performance, sharing the world of classical music with over 2,500 St. Croix children.
Due to some very important meetings in Washington, Delegate Christensen regrets that she is unable to be with us today and sends her regards. My empirical source for information on Transfer Day 1917 is from one of our favorite historians, the Honorable Ruth Beagles. Recalling our past, forging our future. The first permanent Danish colony was founded on St. Thomas in 1665. St. John became a part of the Danish West Indies in 1717. St. Croix became a part of the Danish West Indies in 1733, after it was purchased from France. Negotiations for the purchase of the Danish West Indies was first initiated by the United States on January 17, 1865, by William Seward, Secretary of State. It was the beginning of a negotiation process between the United States and Denmark that would last more than 52 years before the formal transfer. Lincoln's assassination halted the negotiations. Ms. Beagles mentioned that J. Antonio Jarvis, in his book, Brief History of the Virgin Islands, informed us that even before the Revolutionary War, people in the colonies of Massachusetts and Virginia were interested in the Danish West Indies. Many merchants in New England were dealers in sugar and rum, which the islands exported. The area around the city of Frederiksted played a significant role in the export of these commodities. Estate LaGrange and Prosperity were the largest producers of sugarcane, and the port of Frederiksted was the first to recognize the rebellious American colonies, almost starting a war between England and Denmark. As the United States developed into a maritime power, there was a need for coaling stations, defense outposts in the West Indies, and the port of Charlotte Amalia was the best suited for that purpose. The Navy Department was instrumental in selecting the Danish West Indies as the best location for a fortified naval supply station in the Caribbean. President Lincoln and Secretary Seward were advised that of the 45 islands of importance in the West Indies, the Danish possessions were of strategic value for the purpose of anchorage and defense.